If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to rate and review. Seven Lamb Productions presents The Walk, Episode 12.
Chase had confronted me. Anders quickly slid out of his seat.
I think I'll go get more Dr. Pepper.
Chase, I can explain.
Explain what? Did she tell you to?
Tell me too. Chase slid into the booth across from me.
All because I yelled at her for smoking.
Okay, you have to fill me in. It was obvious that she didn't tell Chase, but what did she say?
Liz just told me she was thinking of quitting.
Smoking?
The walk.
The walk?
Yeah.
She just said that?
I caught her smoking outside. I snapped at her. She snapped at me, and bam! She says she's thinking of quitting.
Shit.
Can you talk to her for me?
Talk to her for you? You're forgiving.
I shot Anders an angry look as he walked up.
What?
What are you talking about, Anders?
Chase was just telling me that Liz was thinking about quitting the walk.
Oh man, is this my fault?
Your fault? Why would this be your fault?
Because, I
glared at Anders as he fought to find the right words.
Because I said I like to shit outside.
Anders, you're fucking weird.
Yeah, that's me. What can I say? I'm an idiot. Remember?
John, please. If I try talking to her, it'll probably just turn into a fight.
Okay, I guess. Anders, if things get awkward...
I'm just going to drink my Dr. Pepper.
What are you guys talking about?
Nothing. Now I was lying to Chase, right to his face. I felt awful. I made my way outside to see Liz sitting at a table smoking a cigarette. Hey.
Hi.
I sat across from her and tried to collect my thoughts.
Go ahead, John.
Go ahead.
Say what you're gonna say. Keep me from quitting the walk.
I don't really know what to say. I'm still on edge from seeing Chase's upset face when he came to talk to me.
You thought I told him?
Yeah.
I told you I wouldn't, but you have Big Mouth in there sitting with him alone. You're not worried?
Anders won't tell Chase.
Why did you tell him?
I told you. It's eating me up inside.
When did you tell him?
In Washington, by the Idaho border, when you guys were fighting.
Great.
She stubbed out the butt of her cigarette and quickly lit another one. Are you really gonna quit?
Probably not. But you and Anders really pissed me off. Then Chase came out here to lecture me about the danger of the smoking again, and I just kind of snapped. It was the first thing out of my mouth. But, I mean, this walk isn't really what I was hoping for anyway. I don't think I should have come.
But I'm glad you did. So is Chase. And in his own weird way, so is Anders.
Yeah, and I guess I did egg him on with that slam about Emily leaving him.
How did he bring it up?
He asked when his turn was. You know, since I'm making my way through the group, he wanted to know what the hubbub was all about.
He said hubbub?
Yes. He said we should all form a pact and be unified like in Stephen King's It.
Oh, Anders.
Yeah, I know exactly what disgusting missing from the movie scene he was talking about.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, Anders being Anders, I guess.
Right. You can be a real asshole sometimes, but I'm glad I told him. He helped calm my nerves and he actually gave me some advice.
Anders gave advice?
It's nothing to write home about, but it helped.
Can I ask what he said?
He told me to let it go, to step aside. He knows how much I hate hiding it from Chase, but he told me to let you decide whether to tell him after the walk.
Oh.
Liz went through her second cigarette and lit a third.
This trip isn't helping Chase and I rekindle our relationship. Each day, while we walk, I'm contemplating what's in my future. And I don't see Chase in my future.
Don't say that.
It's true.
I wanted to tell her about the proposal, but I decided to keep my mouth shut this time.
Look, I'm not gonna quit, Sean.
Okay. I'm glad. Next couple days were quiet. The sun was out in full force. Every day I was applying sunblock, but I still continued to turn a brighter shade of red. We made our way through Kirby and Lucerne. Early one morning, a woman pulled to the side of the road to chat. She told us of some hot springs in Thermopolis. I think I was pronouncing that right. There was an RV park off to the side of the road when we reached Thermopolis, and while it was only noon, we rented out a camping spot and set up our tents.
I cannot wait to jump into that hot spring.
The owner of the RV park told us that the spring would do wonders for our muscles. We all grabbed towels and head for the warm water.
Yes.
Anders ran to the edge, slipping in a bit of mud and almost falling on his ass.
Whoa, shit. Whoa. Damn.
Anders, it says no running. I swear, he's worse than a kid.
Anders is a kid.
The hot spring was connected to a large pool. The pool was warm, but the spring was like a jacuzzi. We all threw our towels onto a large rock and carefully climbed in. Well, Chase, Liz, and I carefully climbed in. Anders jumped.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
You'd think they'd warn people.
Even with the sun beating down, this is so nice.
Ugh, you can smell the sulfur.
Look at the sign. Sulfur springs are good for skin irritations, rashes, dry scalp, arthritic pain, menopausal symptoms, and even cramps.
Interesting.
Lizzie?
If you ask me about my periods one more time, I'm gonna smack you.
Just curious, damn.
We all soaked for about an hour. The sun was in the center of the sky. I was sweating profusely, but it felt so good.
Okay. I think I've had about as much as this as I can handle.
5 more minutes.
Enjoy. I'm getting out.
I'm going to try out the pool.
Anders got out and ran to the pool.
Stop running! The longer I hang out with Anders, the more respect I have for Emily. She put up with that for 2 years.
3.
They were together for 3 years?
Yeah, honestly, we thought they'd end up together.
I did.
It must take a strong woman to handle that.
Hey, we should come back here tonight. I bet you this would feel great in the cool night air. Plus, they have a bar that opens up at 8.
Sounds good.
Watch out!
Come on, man. After the hot spring, we all rested around the campsite. I grabbed my journal and made my way over to the concrete picnic table. Before I wrote, I went through Liz's blogs. She had kept up to date with everything. A lot of the personal stuff she had left out for obvious reasons. But it made me think. That's what I'd have to do if I want to turn this into a story. And the more I thought about it, the less comfortable I was with it. Instead of writing, I just ended up doodling.
How goes the writing?
Slow and steady.
It takes time.
It's just Maybe I'm not cut out for it. I like telling stories, but my writing... I don't know. I think what we're doing is a great story, but I don't feel right writing about us, you know? Like, what do I write?
You don't want to get too personal, huh?
Wouldn't that make you uncomfortable?
Use the walk as a backdrop for another story. Add characters, or make it about a person who does it on their own.
Like Into the Wild?
Just figure out a story that you want to tell. Maybe a coming-of-age tale, or a tale of love.
Right.
You could try writing screenplays.
I thought about that.
I took a screenwriting class as an elective. It's fun. A different beast, but since you like writing... And you don't have to be too descriptive. You can focus on character development and plot.
No need to write 4 pages on the wind.
Exactly. And most come out to be around 120 pages. I think 128 is industry standard. Or at least it was when I was in class.
Scripts are harder to get noticed.
They can be. That's why I always thought you should write your own book, because nowadays getting published is a lot easier. I think Amazon offers certain ways to get on Kindle that are pretty easy. Look, do some book conventions and signings, to spread the word.
Yeah.
Hey, we're only a third of the way across the country. You have plenty of time to figure it out. Just like me, right? Figuring things out.
Right.
Just keep writing.
Thanks, man. That night we went back to the hot spring. There were a lot more people out. There was a guy playing an acoustic guitar on a small stage by the bar. We all climbed into the water and relaxed. We'd be back out on the road tomorrow morning, but it was nice to have these rest days. I closed my eyes and listened to the man play. He covered a lot of Bob Dylan, Bob Seger, and Tom Petty. He also threw in some original music, too.
Got something to hold, something nice and cold. I feel alright. It's my last one.
This guy's good.
Yeah, I like the original stuff.
That was always something I wanted to do.
Play guitar?
Play small venues.
I didn't know you played guitar.
It's been a while now. Played a lot in high school. I was in a punk band for like a year, but we never played live.
Punk band? Called what?
We changed our name often.
What was one of the names?
Okay. The Flabberghosted Squad.
Flabberghosted?
Oh, then we changed it to Coffee Girl Tears.
What?
Then the last name, Corrupt Girl Power.
So it was an all-girl band?
Yeah.
3 names and you never played a live venue?
We spent more time coming up with names than actually practicing. The week before my 18th birthday, we had landed a gig at the Saturday morning market. But then a couple of days later, we ended up breaking up. I loved playing guitar. I shouldn't have stopped even though we broke up.
That sucks.
It wasn't working. We all knew that. Do you play any instruments?
I played a recorder in middle school.
And it never took off?
I heard solo recorder artists were having a tough time making it mainstream.
You don't say. I just love the local art scene. I mean, the music, the entertainment, the art. It's why I love downtown St. Pete so much. I mean, seeing people follow their dreams is so inspiring. That's why I'm bothering you to keep up with your writing all the time.
I talked to Chase about that today. He was on the other side of the hot spring with his head against the side and a towel over his face.
What did he say?
To keep writing.
You have to. You have to push yourself. Otherwise, you never know what you might miss. I regret not taking my guitar and going solo like this guy. I didn't have to become famous. I could have just played local venues and been happy.
You know, you still could do that.
A struggling musician with a college degree.
So?
I mean, I did write some original songs back then. Although it was high school, so most of them were about boy trouble.
I wouldn't mind hearing one of those sometime.
Sadly, I will never play them for anyone.
That's a shame.
Out of the way!
Jesus, Anders.
You see Flower Bikini over there getting into the pool?
You think you have a chance with her?
I'm going to try out my new line.
Which is?
I've been walking across the country looking for love, and now I don't have to walk anymore.
That is so corny.
Okay, let's hear your line.
I don't have a line.
Then zip it.
Sounds like you're going to brag about the walk as a way to make a move.
What's the point of doing something like this if we're not going to use it to pick up hot chicks?
Liz and I watched Anders buy 2 drinks at the bar and make his way over to Flower Bikini.
What are we looking at?
Anders trying to pick up Flower Bikini.
Damn.
Excuse me.
She's pretty. Not my type. But for Anders. She's pretty for Anders.
Yeah.
Nice save, man. We all watched as Anders tried working his magic. At one point, Flower Bikini laughed.
There you go, Anders.
Looks like he's making some progress. We continue to watch Anders and listen to the soothing music.
Hey, babe. What if I did that?
Hit on hot girls?
I'm talking about the guy playing guitar.
Oh. What about your marketing degree?
I mean, I could still play music on the side.
I didn't know you played.
I told you I did in high school.
Guess I forgot.
Liz rolled her eyes and leaned on the edge of the spring. After about 30 minutes, Flower Bikini got out of the pool and left. Anders jumped out, grinning from ear to ear. He ran toward us.
I got her number.
Before Liz could say don't run, Anders slipped,
shit.
fell, and slid right into the large rock with our towels. We heard a loud crack, and I saw his leg bend in a way that it shouldn't. Everyone in the hot spring cringed. And what seemed like the best night for Anders instantly turned into his worst.
The Walk. Written and edited by Robert M. Lamb. Starring Jack Austin as John, Nick Engelhard as Chase, Ariel Zadok as Liz, Robert M. Lamb as Anders, Jose Caraballo as Isaac. Music provided by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com and Dylan Mixer at dmixmusic.com. Special music provided by Brett Wilkins of Wilkins Music, Florida. If you enjoy this podcast, don't forget to rate and review on iTunes. This has been a 7 Lamb production.